Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, a channel dedicated to uplifting and enhancing your spiritual well being. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Elle, and it is my way of providing a service to you to bring you these messages almost daily to help you understand the astrological energies you may be experiencing. And then I pull a tarot reading to get some details on how this may play out for you so that you can be aware. Why is that important? Because when you're aware, you can respond instead of react, and responses generally bring more positive outcomes, and that's of service to you. So let's talk about the astrology of today, April 1st. Can you believe it's April already? This year is flying by. April 1st, April Fool's Day. But I don't know that anybody feels like playing pranks or jokes today because it just feels everything is happening so fast and it feels so serious. So take a deep breath and give yourself a little lighter attitude or a little lighter vibration today, because that's a way of promoting your spiritual wellness. In the astrology today, the aspect that I'm going to focus on is Venus retrograde, and it is conjunct the North Node in Pisces. And that's at 27 degrees, which is a 9. And 9 is bringing something to your awareness, something to your consciousness. So we might see some things in the tarot that you might become aware of. But there's some areas that this might happen with that North Node aspect. It could be relationships, it could be financial, or it could be self-esteem. And these could actually be connected to something that happened or an issue that was presented somewhere around the 1st of February. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to be re-examining, re-evaluating, revisiting something in maybe one of those three areas. It depends on where this all lands in your natal chart. But I feel like the message here is, what do you really want? And does it align with your current destiny? Remember, we have shifted. We are on our destined path now. And everybody's fulfilling their role. In one way or another, they're fulfilling their predestined role at this particular time in humanity's ascension. So if this is about a relationship for you, this is reconnecting with someone from your past. And it could be, is their truth aligned with your truth? Now that you've done all of this inner work and your perception has changed, because it has, is this person's truth aligned with your truth? Because if it's not, it's going to be very hard for this to be rekindled. Now, the second thing, my kind of the download as I was meditating, was that you're going to be revisiting something from the past that you once rejected. And it could be this person. It could be a financial opportunity. It could be something involving your self-esteem, your self-worth, your ego. And at the time, you rejected it. And it could have been you rejected out of ego. But now you're going to reconsider something of beauty in it. There is something beautiful that you couldn't see at the time. And it's going to give a new level of appreciation. Whether or not you embrace it back into your forward movement into your destiny, it gives you the opportunity to have an appreciation for the experience and to give gratitude for that moment, that issue, that person, to say, wow, there was something beautiful there all along. I just didn't see it. And then that brings to your awareness to make that conscious effort to see something good in every experience, in every moment, in every person. because it's there. Okay, so I am going to cleanse and clear this space, and we will get on with the tarot to give you some details on how this may show up for you. So I will be using the Messages from the Guides by James Van Praagh and the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And if I just get called to pull another deck, I have plenty on deck ready to go. So see you back here in just a few seconds. Okay, my beautiful friends, I am so grateful for your positive presence here. I'm so grateful for the views, the shares, the likes, the comments, all of that. Just so you know that if there is a comment that sometimes they just don't get picked up in my notifications, and it's not because I don't search for them, it's because YouTube filters them. So I don't always get comments, and if I don't respond to you, it means I didn't get it. Especially if you used, you know, something that triggered the algorithm that, you know, they're going to shut down. So just saying. All right. Oh, I should be pulling from the Oracle, but I'm pulling from this deck first. There's a reason. There's the Judgment card. That's the call. I think we saw that card yesterday or the day before. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. We talked a lot about earth energy. We had a lot of earth and fire energy. But this call is, this is the Judgment card. It's Leo energy. It is the Sun energy. It is judgment. This is the kind of your karmic closure. So whatever this is that you're going to revisit, you've already kind of paid the karma on it. This is giving you the look back, you know, the glance back to gain something valuable from it, to see the beauty in it, so that you can go forward and take that appreciation. It is important, so that you can have that gratitude for. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Tens are completions. This is this could be a long-term relationship that is kind of closing out. It could be a Capricorn that you've dealt with, or some Capricornian issue. Oh, and here we have the King of Earth. Here we have Earth energy again. We have a lot of Earth energy. That King is more Capricorn. So if this is you or someone you're dealing with, they could be a Capricorn. But I feel like with this King and this 10, it was somebody, either there was a long-term commitment or a marriage here, some sort of a long-term investment. But there was, with this page, I mean, that's Capricornian energy. I'm sorry, this is Virgo energy. Did I call this Capricorn? I'm sorry. And this is Leo energy. Just make sure. And this is Capricorn, and this is Capricorn. Okay. And we have the Page of Water, Page of Cups. Now, pages to me are kind of like a novice. There's a novice approach and a kind of an immaturity. So there could be some younger people involved here. Could be, you know, people from the younger generation, maybe adolescents, maybe small children involved. But I also feel like that this is more of a, this is very, somebody is not very practiced. I'm sorry, this is like wonking me out here. I think there we go. That's much better. Although I think this could go down here a little more. Sorry. So on the table we have 2 pages and the king of, we have the King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Page of Water. So you could be dealing with a water sign child, an earth sign child, or somebody very immature, somebody not practiced at something, not there's no expertise here except for this King of Earth. And this is the Capricornian energy. And it feels like this is, I mean, I'm just reading it like this was a marriage with maybe 2 children involved. And maybe you're looking back on a divorce situation and saying, you know, there was some good in their parenting or their relationship with the children. I don't know. It's going to vary for each one. That is really coming strongly through. But with that Judgment card, it's kind of like this is, there's a new sense of self-confidence from some prior experience that you handled or you were involved in, that you kind of look back now and say, I handled that to the best of my ability. I handled that. It is, there is closure here. There is, with the 10 in completion and the Judgment card, there is closure now. And you're going to find that you can close that energy, but you're going to be able to see the good in it for the first time. Because the anger kind of occluded the beauty of the situation. And my guides are showing me like a magic moment. Okay, this is going to be pretty specific. That there was a father figure of these 2 possible children. And despite there was a very nasty divorce and child custody and all of that, and it got pretty ugly and there was a lot of anger, and now some time has passed because we have this 10. This time has passed, and it's almost like your children may be reminiscing, or you're reminiscing through maybe a keepsake book or a scrapbook or something, and you run across a picture of this father, you know, curled up on the bed. The child is feverish, curled up on the bed and reading a book, you know, just kind of being that nurturing father figure. Now, this could be either way. It could be a mother as well, but it is predominantly a masculine energy. It could also be a scenario where, you know, a mother who was a single mother who, you know, really went through some turbulent times, maybe escaping domestic violence. These are just things that my guides are showing me in some visions that, you know, she just had to be the breadwinner of the household, but yet she still was able to, and this could be, again, either way, it could be a single dad. It just, take it as it resonates for you. I'm not trying to, you know, assign anybody a particular role, but I feel like this person really worked hard and maybe didn't get a whole lot of credit. Because, you know, who gives credit to a single mom who's working her ass off, or a single dad who's breaking through, you know, traditional norms, to be able to be a dad, a good dad to his children? I feel like there's something to do with parenting here, and that moment of beauty that you spent with your children in dire circumstances, in difficult, challenging circumstances, where you just had that expression of love and dedication and devotion to these children. Somebody saw that. Somebody witnessed that. Somebody values that. And maybe they couldn't see through the arguing and the custody battles and the divorce and lawyers and the money and all of that shit. But now that that's over and that's closed out, it feels like there is an opportunity to look back and see that magical moment and know that it wasn't all bad. That there was some beauty there. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and pull another row and see what else comes up. That's just a scenario. Okay, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. That's Cancerian energy. That is your awareness. Now, there's something that you have not been aware of before. Now, we have the Eight of Cups in the challenge position. There's some sort of spiritual challenge here. We definitely have, there's the Hierophant in the reverse. All of these are in the reverse. And this is the spiritualness. I don't think you could see that because you were a lower vibration version, or they were. Remember, this is a general read. If you want a personal reading, if this is telling your story and you need more information, or you really resonate with the energy right now, with this channel, go ahead and email me. I'm at sacreduniontarot@yahoo.com. All right, Queen of Air. There's that Queen of Swords. I think we saw her yesterday. That was in the bitchy one. Okay, and there is the Four of Earth. There's the Four of Pentacles. Now, that generally is a fear card for me, but I feel like this is, this has something to do with the spiritualness. This lacked, okay, what my guides are saying is some sort of spiritual encounter. There's some sort of spiritual encounter. It's like a spiritual epiphany. Like you are able now to see the beauty because you have elevated your vibration and you can give grace. It's something to do with that. Let me just call out the High Priestess again. That's Cancerian energy. Hierophant is Taurus Earth energy. We have a ton of Earth energy here. But this Eight of Cups in the challenge position, this is, you have to get the spiritual epiphany in order to move on. So you can't see the beauty unless you can spiritualize the lesson. How does it help your soul's growth? Okay. All right. So let's see what the Oracle card, I don't never judge another. There you go. Never judge another. Why? Because we're all on a journey. We all make mistakes. We all are lower versions of ourselves at one point in time. We are all trying to, you know, at first survive. You have to survive before you can ascend. And so some people are still in survival mode. And hopefully, now that we are all on our destined path, we can shift from survival mode to spiritual growth mode. But that's slow for some. Your thoughts create your reality. The way you were thinking at the time of this was actually creating part of the dynamic of what you, the situation that was created. You participated in the creation of that in some way. And you are never alone. We saw this card recently too. You are never alone. Your guides are always with you. We have that with the Hierophant and the High Priestess. I mean, these two cards to me are with the Hermit as well, but the Hermit's not on the table. But the Hierophant and the High Priestess, these are the spiritual lessons that we must learn here in order to ascend, to correct some lower vibrational behavior. That's what this call is for, the karma. We get karma in order to correct lower vibrational behavior. We generate our own karma through making lower vibrational choices. We get some karma, and then it's like a correction. All right, let's do bottom of the deck. Six of Cups. This is definitely somebody who interacted in your 3D world because you needed to learn a lesson. Now, if you can see the lesson, you can see the beauty. How carefully that was orchestrated in your behalf. Now, some of you are going to have some objections to that statement. I get it. And feel free to leave me a comment. I'm just the messenger. My job is to bring you the guidance to help you along on your journey. Take responsibility for your actions. So I'm going to end it there. All right. I hope it helps. And if it did, please consider liking this video If you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I post these, because I'm all over the place. I will say that I do not post at the same time every day. And there are some days that it just doesn't happen. So, but I'm trying to be more and more consistent so that I can help you navigate, or this guidance can help you navigate through some of these very intense times. Lastly, leave me a comment. Tell me where you're from, because I love to hear where you're from. And let me know what you think. Let me know how these readings are helping you. If I could ask anything of you, if you could just leave me a comment and let me know if these readings are helping you. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you again. And until then, this is Elle wishing you well. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.